Okay, here we go. Ready and action.
Howdy! Welcome to the Country Jamboree Thanksgiving.
You know, I sit around with some of the funniest people on the planet every day, and our main goal is to try to make each other laugh. And that's a pretty wonderful job to have. Okay, good. Let's reset. Here we go.
Resetting.
Mark that on Jerry, please.
This is where you need me a little over here for Phil's size. Howdy! Welcome to the Thanksgiving Country Jamboree. We got the whole Dumpy clan, Claire, Phil, Luke, Alex, well, and who is this happy farm hand?
I'm Jerry.
As you walk off doing it. About watching it. Yeah, maybe like kind of messing at it and then kind of looking around. You know, I think it's funny. My favorite part of the process probably changes, you know, with each episode. You know, sometimes it's just so rewarding to come up with some story ideas and watch it just come together. It's a magical and horrific process. It can be really painful at times, but ultimately it's extremely rewarding when you feel like you have something special.
All right, who's got a nervous tick? We're all too loud.
We need a nervous tick.
We say trying not to bite your fingernails.
His legs are covered in eczema.
His legs
Go
are
on.
white.
Covered in eczema.
It's like a whale.
The writers gather and we just start spitballing, you know, things that happen to us in our lives, little ideas we had, possible funny dynamics between the two characters. When it's Chris's room, we do it on cards and on the board, a little bit more the traditional way of doing things. I always favor technology, so for my room we do it on electronic cards, on a big projector. We work through the beats until we have a bunch of different stories and they all culminate into a good ending and everybody has something to do.
At this point?
Yeah, we only know the mystery of coming out of the cold open, that something's up. This is the first time we see the three of them together.
And hear the words, I have a problem.
And here are the words, I have a problem, immediately go to the interview that explains what the alliance is.
Right.
We do a table read the week prior to when that episode shoots, where we all gather along with some guests each time, which is always good to hear where the laughs are. And we just hear it spoken, you know, out loud, performed for the first time. It's when we, you know, get a sense of how the story's working and how individual beats are working and what needs fixing.
Mitch and Cam's duplex day. The house is decorated like a country jamboree. Cam, dressed in full farmer regalia, opens the door.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to our Country Thanksgiving. The whole Dumpy family. Phil, Claire, Alex, Luke, and
Reveal Jerry.
Don't move. During that process, there's a production meeting in which we make all sorts of decisions, final wardrobe decisions. We talk about special effects or stunts or locations.
And Luke and Manny hug it out before he disposes of the goat. Scene 29, shot today.
So we have goat legs. I want to see. I want to be able to see legs.
After the meeting, we'll see. We've actually got the only fake goat that we could find, and we've kind of modified the legs a little bit. So let's look at that. And this one, I mean, there were
I may or may
fake
not have a
goats
fake
that
goat.
we. I think this will work. The thing is, it says she expertly
The
wrapped.
next step is we come in at 7 a.m. on Monday morning, and we are off to the races.
We're gonna
moving
exit
over
over here,
Yeah, for sure.
like this.
No. Go right. Come right here. Come right here.
Next to me. That's fine.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Just clear.
Get over
clear
here
for these
and go
guys.
to them.
We move fast. We come in. We put a scene up on its feet, is what we say, which is the first time that we just see people walking through it. I like to be very loose with that part of the process where I'll just say to the actors, I see you kind of here and here, and let's just see where you go naturally. And then we just start tweaking it. You know, I might know that I want to have two actors in the same shot for a particular moment, so I make sure that they end up there. But it's all about blocking so that we can shoot it as quickly as possible.
Yes. And we're set. And action. Hey, y'all. Anybody have a hankering for Hush Puppy?
Oh, jeez. Summer breeze makes me feel fine.
What's going on here?
It's a Thanksgiving jamboree. Yeah, we have hay bales, we have a cider press, we're even deep frying a turkey.
We feel like the more times you do a scene, after a certain point, the more stale it gets, and the comedy just seems to evaporate. So we like to get things when they're fresh, and that can take anywhere from 15 minutes to shoot a scene to, an hour, depending on how complicated it is.
I am loving this. Look.
Oh.
Yeehaw!
I'm not moving until you tell me what you did.
The dirty secret is I don't see the show. I love doing it, and I get very critical watching it. To me, it's a play, and I leave at the end of every day, and I did my little play. I do now with my kids sometimes. I'll walk in, and they'll be watching like a rerun, will be on TV. And if I stand way back, and I don't let them see me watching the show, I can kind of enjoy it a little. It's kind of like, it's sort of like, it's like being at your own memorial service in a way. I'm like, are they gonna laugh? Like, are they laughing at me? Do they think I'm good? And if they don't, I immediately have to turn off the TV and run away.
Oh, jeez. Summer breeze makes me feel fine.
What is going on here?
It's a Thanksgiving jamboree. We have bales of hay, we have a cider press. Ooh, we're even deep frying a turkey.
And you're on board with this?
Yes, come on, it's good country fun.
No. For Cam, maybe. What is happening? Is he hitting you?
No.
We love shooting out in the real world because it just makes everything look that much more believable.
And I think, Sophia, it would be... Boom.
Right next to that leaf.
Okay, so I don't even walk this way.
It's amazing the logistics of a show, and when it's really clicking, we can get in, we can light it, shoot it, and get out sometimes in a couple hours in a location, and people are blown away by that. We just don't like to let things drag on and overthink things. It just doesn't seem to make it any funnier.
Set. And action.
Because our show works as such a living, breathing organism where everyone's kind of like has an all-hands-on-deck approach, that the good of the show is in everyone's mind. The cast, there's always a writer who wrote the script that's standing there. There's the director, and then if Steve's not directing, he might be here, as in the role of executive producer. So everybody's kind of always looking out for each other to make sure that the scene is the best the scene can be, the joke is the best it can be, the set is the best it can be. So when people always ask, like, do you improvise on the show, I think the better question is the whole show itself is constantly improvising. It's constantly living and breathing because everybody just doesn't want to settle for good enough. We always want to make it the best we can.
I can't have another son that is afraid of animals. When Manny was 5, he went to a petting zoo with a backpack full of truffles.
At the end of the day, when you look back on what you've done in that particular episode, I mean, first of all, you're probably pretty exhausted. But there's just such an amazing sense of accomplishment, and when you feel like you've hit on something special, or you're saying something that no one has quite said that way before. It's a long run we've had here, and hopefully it'll go on a bit longer. Every night I leave here thinking how lucky I am that I got to live out my ultimate fantasy of creating television comedy for a living. It's something I still can't believe.
Excellent. Cut.
All right, cutting. Checking. Aubrey's up.
Yeah, okay. You two keep making out while I carry the dead goat.
Mr. Go?
Hey!